viewers, today we're going to look inside this Tplink tapo smart cloud camera. This is the new model C325WB. So actually I'm not doing any unboxing because you can find many of the YouTubers already did it. So we will look inside this new camera and we will see inside it. Before, this is new camera, it's Ultra Color Pro Night Vision. So it will detect it will, without any IR LEDs, it will give a color image. So ultra low light. So I will talk about a few things about this thing at the end of this video. It will detect person, video, animals. As of now they mentioned it only detects dogs as of now. In the app I will show it in the later in this video. This, let's see, this is the box. f1.0 super aperture lens. This f1.0 is actually a good number, so I'm not sure this is a variable aperture or fixed aperture, because I will later in this video I will show, because when it switches to a when the lighting condition is all of the sudden it changes some, like from some like if it detects actually it will work in very dark conditions, but if it's too dark it's supposed to switch the floodlights. So where I install there is ambient light, but whenever there is when the power gone, so ambient light is little bit decreased. So even though it's fine, but it decreases. So even floodlights did not trigger, it still works well and it gives color image. But the thing is that when there is sudden change in the lighting condition, like a power loss, even though if you have ambient light, if you have a power loss, so there will be a rapid decrease in the lighting. So what I observed is that so this camera slowly gradually increases the lighting brightness of exposure of the images, like it gradually lit up the area, you will get I will show in this video, so you will understand better. So that's the thing. So as this is not a variable aperture, I am assuming all the magic is happening inside the software side. So that's the thing I will show later in this video about that thing. And this sensor is 1.17 image sensor. This is a biggest sensor size for a small sensor in this category. This is the biggest sensor in this category. So that's the thing. So what else we have to show? So let's talk about these things. So these are I need to mention about these things, so hold on. 2K QHD. So this is a 2K QHD, records at 4 megapixel. I'm still wondering, I will show in a few minutes later. So the previous model, which is C325WB, in this model also they mentioned the same thing, 2K QHD, but the resolution they had changed. Actually it's a 3 point some, I think 3.9 megapixel, I think, something. This is actual true 4 megapixel camera. So actually I will show later, this sensor supports 5 megapixel, but if as per the data sheet, if they use a sensor that supports HDR, it will work in 4 megapixel camera instead of 5. So that's the thing, as they're using HDR sensor, so it was it was dropped to the 4 megapixel. So progressive scan, and the minimum luminance is 0.005 which is very good. You will generally get this kind of specification in a ultra low light CC cameras and normal. That's the thing. 0 lux spotlights on, so that's the thing. And f 1.0, which is also very good. Lens 4.58 mm. I will show when we tear down on the open inside. Two-way audio, highway, and this is the thing, catching. It mentioned 2T 2R, two transmission, two receiver antennas, but actually I can find only two antennas. I'm not sure why it was like that. I'm unable to find any PCB based antenna also, so only two external antenna, that's it. But they have mentioned they have mentioned like 2T 2 or two transmission, two receiving antennas, which actually is supposed to be 4, but actually this has only two antennas. These are the two antennas, that's it. These two, actually I did not find any onboard PCB based antenna. These two are antennas. So these two are like 2 dB antennas, omnidirectional dipole 2 dB antennas. 2 dB, this is 2 dB, this is 2 dB. So I'm not sure it's a dual band, I'm not sure. I'm assuming this is a single antenna, so 1 plus 2 antennas, but here they mention 2T 2R. I'm not sure how that's. If anyone knows, please leave a comment about that. So that's the thing. So what else I have to cover? Okay, anything? Okay, let's go through these highlights. So it's again 2K, 2 HD, 2 megapixel. Actually this has a two streams. One main stream is 4 megapixel and sub stream is 720p. In the previous model, they have given like for the previous model, for the C325WB, they have given 1080p as another stream, but in this model we have 4 megapixel resolution, and the sub stream is just 720p. Not sure why they did not give the 180p, 1080p. So that's one of the thing in this new model. That's a missing which I'm not sure why they have taken it out. So this one has only 4K 4K resolution, 4 megapixel, that is hold on, this one has this one has a 4 megapixel, that is 2688 into 1520. That's the mainstream, and the substream is 720p. Whereas in the old model, that is for WD 320 WS, it has a full HD resolution as well as a substream. So that's the thing. What else we have? Customizable motion detection. So I will show after I purchase this. It got a new update. In that update they have given an option to you can draw activity zones. In the previous model you can only draw boxes. In this model, after the new update, they have given you can literally draw any symbol, not just square boxes. So you can draw a triangle, you can whatever, I will show later. So, and one wide angle view, that's it. Pet detection, as of now they mention in the app only that too in beta format. It was it only detects dogs in animal category. So flexible storage 512 GB. So I'm using this WD already purple 512 GB, which is the maximum 512 GB mentioned here. So I am using 24/7 recording. So with this card, with this 512 GB card, I am getting 23 days of recording. 23 days. So continuous recording. Whenever I enable to do continuous recording, not a motion detection recording. So with the max support file 512 GB, I am getting 23 days of footage. After 23 days, it will loop. So it will override the old thing, and this is both wired and wireless. Sad thing is that this wired thing still not a PoE base. So I thought they will add a PoE base, but still normal LAN, IP60, HDR, C HDR. Actually, this I found when I enable this HDR, so images get a little bit washed away, the colors are fading out. So I thought in general in HDR we get a vivid rich colors, but here it's completely opposite, so I'm not sure. So see, this is the thing, because they are using this HDR technology based sensor, so it's actually working in a 4 megapixel instead of 5 megapixel. This sensor I will show, this sensor actually is supposed to work at 5 megapixel, but when we incorporate a HDR enabled sensor, it will work on 5 megapixel, sorry, 4 megapixel. So that's it. Actually, let's jump into the website. I will show a few things, a few surprising things. Okay, hold on. So this is the Tplink website. This is the old model. So actually this is the V2 version 2 old model. So actually I have V1 model, which is completely not good at all. So I have raised a complaint also for image quality is not good, and even though this model uses starlight sensor, it automatically switches to IR mode, black and white mode, even though there is enough light. So I have raised a complaint on Tplink feedback, but they're still unable to fix it. So instead of that, they have used V2. I came to know from few sources that in V2 they completely changed the sensor itself. So so people who purchase this model with the V1, so that's a disappointing. The main reason I purchased this one is because of this thing. It's not a good sensor. So even Tplink was unable to fix it through software. So that's why I think I'm assuming they switch it to a V2 version 2, which changes complete sensor itself. They had switched it to a different sensor. See, this is the old model. Okay, so I want to show this thing. See, in this old model they mentioned 4 megapixel. This is not a 4 megapixel. Actually, this resolution is not a 4 megapixel. So that's the thing. See, you can dimension 4 megapixel. That's the thing. So if you go to overview also, see they have two V1, V2. V1 has a complete different sensor, V2 has a complete different sensor. So that's the thing. See, in here they mention 2K QHD. See, 2K QHD. Just to give a good example, let me switch to a specification section. Okay, see, 4 megapixel bracket resolution. Okay, let me switch to the new model. This is the new model. Okay, this I have switched the tab. This is the new model. See, let me switch to the specification section. See, here also they mention 2K QHD 4 megapixel, but if you click on the overview, see resolution, see 2688 into 1520. Let me switch to the old model. See, so they, even in the old model also, they're putting 4 megapixel. That's the thing. I'm not sure why they are putting such numbers here. So that's the thing. I want to show this, that's why I'm showing this. So see, 2688 to 2K QHD, old model also. I switched to the old model also same thing, 2K QHD, crystal clear, which is not crystal clear actually. Okay, so that's the thing that I want to show you guys. So what else I want to show? I'm assuming they're using this sensor. I'm not sure. I'm assuming this is an OmniVision sensor. I'm assuming. So this is the data sheet of the sensor. So this is the data sheet of the sensor. See, I can, as I told so HDR, this sensor supports HDR sensors and Sony dual mode and OmniVision. So that's why I'm assuming OmniVision, because in Sony I can't find that sensor 4 megapixel 1.79 sensor inch sensor. This okay, what's this I'm unable to find this 1.1/1.79 sensor 4 megapixel sensor in Sony. So I'm assuming they're using OmniVision. So as I told see, this sensor supports up to 5 megapixel for typical case, but supports up to 4 megapixel for sensor HDR case. So here they are using HDR, so that's why it was 4 megapixel. That's the thing. Okay, sorry viewers, actually I mentioned it's only detects dogs, but as per this as per these specifications, so as per these specifications you can see currently tapo C3 animal detection currently support cats and dogs. So apologize for that. So actually I mentioned only dogs in the previously, but actually it supports both cats and dogs. So that's the thing. So and one more thing I want to show. These are the specifications I already told. So and here also I am unable to find that antenna specifications regarding that 2T to R to transmission to receiver. So they mentions protocols, they mention like DNS. I don't find an option for DNS. Not sure why they mention like protocol supported DNS, HTTP. There is no web interface for this camera, so not sure why they mention HTTP and DNS as well. Not sure what's the DNS, because this is a smart camera, so not sure why they mention that protocol over there. So that's the thing. So just I want to mention these things, so that's why I opened and showing this technical specifications of this thing. So one more thing, see, two antennas, these two, that's it, no internal PCB antenna. So here also in this picture also they are not mentioning about these two antennas. They're mentioning everything, mic, LEDs. I'm not sure why they left these two without mentioning, not mention. on the box, see, I showed you know previously on the box. They mentioned about these two antennas, but so that's it. That's the thing. This is a good part for these cameras, f1.0 and 1/1.79 image sensor size. This is what they're mentioning in the website. See, this is naked eye. This is what camera shows. But as per my what I meant to say is that yes, this is when this picture is with our naked eye is like this, I don't see this much vividness. I will show in later in this photo. Like these colors are not that much vibrant, a little bit fade away, but here in website they mentioning this way, but as per my testing it was not that much vivid colors, so that's the thing. So okay, that's I want to mention that thing, that's why I opened this to show you guys. And this is the main PCB. As you can see, the lens itself that has a big larger aperture compared to the old one. So this is the PCB, and you can see IR cut, as there is no IRs LEDs that they have removed that connector over there, but the same PCB layout they are using. So this is the lens. So same kind of PCB structure design they have used. Even you can see now. So that's that IR LED header. So there is no header, but you can see the points, soldering points on the IR cut on the PCB itself. So similar design, and the micro SD card slot on the top. That's it. See, as I told you, there is no PCB antenna on the main board. So backside also nothing. This is the main image processor, Nova Tech. So this is all the magic, that low light color magic happening from this sensor only, and from this large aperture. So seems to be lens are like the long lens module. So okay, this is the camera housing. So this is where the lens will go through. So as you can see, here we have only two LEDs, just floodlights. In the old model we have floodlights as well as the IR LEDs, but this model only floodlights. So only two antennas. See, I told only two antennas. Not sure why they have mentioned 2R2T. So this is the controlling PCB. So you can see speaker, and same kind of design just like the old model, and this is controlling board. So this is the metal plate in between these two boards, which acts like a heat sink as well. See, there is a thermal component that transfers the heat. So this is what I am speaking earlier. So right now you can see there is artificial light as well as ambient light. So when power cuts, the artificial street lights will go off, and the camera is trying to adjust the lighting condition. So right now, see, right now the power is gone, but there is ambient light, so it's still producing color image, but as you can see, it's gradually increasing the light in the scene. So gradually, like it's having so very variable aperture, something like that. This is what in the app they're mentioning about the color vision pro. So this is in-app document about this technology. So that's what this is. I want to show this, so you can have a look at it. So this is the new, after getting software update, we can clip and download. This camera also has a custom alarm sounds, where you can record your own custom sounds up to 15 seconds. This feature is not available in the old model, 320. Only this model has this custom alarm sound option, download option. So this is the new update features. As you can see, it has added a support for quadrilateral area. That's what I'm speaking earlier. So you can draw different size private zones, not just a square boxes or rectangular boxes. That's what I'm saying in the previous in the earlier part of this video. That's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and support the channel.